Sexy Star takes on Ivelisse Velez. A new wrestler makes their Lucha ground. That's funny. Sexy Star has some strong words for Chavo Guerrero as she gets ready to take on Ivelisse Velez. A new wrestler makes their Lucha Underground debut. And will Johnny Mundo get his revenge in a main event match against Big Rick? Lucha Underground review coming up next. Everybody, how's it going? It's your pal right here, the one and only Black Avenger, aka the Black Azrael, Lee Sanders, coming at you with your Lucha Underground results and review for November 19th / November 22nd, 2014. Remember, we got the English version on Wednesdays and the Spanish version on Saturdays. For those of you that do not have the El Rey Network, you know, there were so many of you last week that had chimed in your thoughts as far as how you're able to access Lucha Underground legally, I might add. For those of you that might have not checked out last week's Lucha Underground results and review show, I highly would encourage you to go back, check it out. A lot of people were just saying, hey, I get it on this channel, I get it on here, I get it on there. Of course, as always, you can go to the El Rey Network, type in your zip code, and they can definitely tell you who your nearest and local provider is so that you can try to check it out. Great stuff. You know, I actually had introduced Lucha Underground to a coworker of mine earlier this week. I said, dude, have you checked out the Lucha Underground promotion? And his eyes lit up. He's like, what's a Lucha Underground? What are you talking about? I said, Lucha Libre, man. There's a new promotion called Lucha Underground. It's on the El Rey Network. And he's a big wrestling fan. He grew up watching way back in the 80s. I think he even got a little bit hipped onto stuff that was going on in the 70s as well. Because sometimes me and him, we actually end up talking about wrestling from the 70s every once in a blue moon. But his strongest points is from the 80s and up. And he was like, nah, I've never heard of this before. Well, what is this Lucha Underground? So I told him, and he's like, what's the network? I told him. And he was like, okay, I'll see if I get it. Next day, he comes in. He says, man, I loved it. That was awesome. What is up with that Sexy Star, Chavo attacking her? And I mean, his eyes just had a nice twinkle. It was like he discovered something that was just refreshing and brand new. And as I've talked about the Lucha Underground promotion to a couple of my coworkers and close friends, they all seem to be coming around this promotion very warmly. They have been very receptive to it. Seems like the Lucha Underground promotion has been continuing to do nothing more than build on its initial reception and introduction almost a month ago. Good stuff right there. I'd love to know how you guys have been enjoying the Lucha Underground promotion so far, now that we basically have a month worth of episodes in the book. So make sure you post those comments down below, and as always, you can give this video a like, share it a number of ways by Facebooking, Google Plusing, retweeting. Always one of the best ways you can spread the good word about our content. You can give me a follow on Twitter at the RCWR Show, and on Facebook at Infinity One Productions. That's Infinity with an E. Put in the actual number one, Infinity One Productions. To infinity and beyond, baby. Infinity One Productions. You know, we got a little bit of a milestone that I'm trying to get accomplished, and I just want to tell you guys this real quick. I see for our YouTube community, which just continues to grow weekly, we have over 9,000 subscribers and over 5 million views and counting. I want to thank you guys tremendously for that. I actually have a birthday coming up in mid-December, and it would be an awesome birthday gift for me if I could see we get 10,000 subscribers before the year's end. So if you're new to our channel and you're watching this for the first time, I want to have you subscribe to us. Not because I want the 10,000 subscribers, although ultimately that's like badass, but mainly because we do a lot of great exclusive content for you guys here on a weekly basis, whether it comes to live shows, guest interviews, I mean, you name it, man. We got a little bit of something for everybody. So do hit that subscribe button. I promise you won't regret it. Let's talk about Lucha Underground. I love how this episode had kicked off, man. We basically saw Sexy Star come into the ring, and she basically cut a very brief promo. Now, look, I'm talking about the Spanish version, so I can't really comment on how the English version was, all right? Because I know the English version, Sexy Star's language is a little bit broken and all of that, so I'm talking specifically about the Spanish version, and that's mainly because I actually prefer Vampiro and Hugo Stanovich. I actually like that combination more so than Vampiro and Matt Striker. I'm a little bit bilingual, so I know enough that can help me get by and enjoy an episode, even though the commentating is in Spanish. But at the same time, it also forces me to focus more on the wrestling in the ring. I don't know if you all are kind of operating that same way, but we saw Sexy Star come in. She cut a promo on Chavo Guerrero. She basically said, hey, look, Chavo, I have not forgotten about what you did to me, what you did to Blue Demon Jr. We're definitely gonna be looking to get our hands on you. The big payback, it's coming. That's as far as she was concerned. The big payback, it's coming. Meanwhile, the beautiful and the lovely Ivelisse Velez, she comes down. She was trying to cut a promo, but she was getting the boos. People were hating her off the break as she was trying to cut her promo. I thought it was kind of interesting that she did not talk Espanol, because again, I'm watching the Spanish version. I'm like, wait a minute, why is Ivelisse not, why she talking English? Shouldn't she be cutting the promo in Spanish? What's going on here? And I just thought it was kind of funny, but then at the same time I kind of said, okay, she's like a Latina, shouldn't she know how to? But then I could have an African come up to me, look at me and say, hey, how you don't know our language? So I don't know, maybe this was a case right here where they just wanted to save on time, and they just wanted for her to just cut her promo, and they would put the Spanish subtext after the fact for the Spanish audience, because that's exactly what they did. But she came down basically mocking Sexy Star, saying, hey, you got no business fighting men, you need to stay away from that, all that. She was cutting a really good heel-like promo. From there, the two of them, they just went at it. I thought this was a damn good opener of a match. I love the way that they are really putting their women in this promotion on the right path. I like how they're giving them that great treatment, to the point that, okay, look, these aren't just sexy women. These are women that actually know how to freaking entertain. They can put on a damn good match, just as good as their male counterparts. And look, let's be honest, when we check out other promotions that will remain anonymous, we don't really see that much great wrestling going on a consistent basis. Now, you can probably look at another company that just struck a deal with Destination America, and you see how they're doing with their Knockouts division. And honestly, there's a couple of things that they can learn from Lucha Underground. Both promotions that I am talking about can learn a thing or two from the Lucha Underground on how they need to be treating their female wrestlers. You can be sexy and still go out there and kick ass and entertain. And I love this match between Sexy Star and Ivelisse Velez. A lot of time put into this match. Loved it. Nice, good back and forth. These sisters were just going at it. I mean, you see Sexy Star's body. I mean, at one point, she starts off looking like Sexy Star, but then, like, midway into the match, she's got nail scratches on her tummy, on her arms, her elbows. I mean, she was just looking like a big hot mess. Sexy Star, though, picking up the victory. one step closer. And I think this was a win that she definitely needed, since she cut the promo saying she hasn't forgotten about Chavo. She's gunning for Chavo. Makes things very interesting. Or as my coworker had said at work, wow, she's like actually going to try to fight Chavo after he beat her down with that steel chair. Yeah, my friend. Yeah, it's like that in Lucha Underground. Equal opportunities ass kicking provider. All right, next up, we saw a backstage segment with Dario Cueto, who was backstage with Drago. And he basically was saying, look, I want to see what you're made of, as Pentagon Jr. is in the ring. And he says that there's no one in Mexico that respects him. And he would go on to say that he'll make everyone respect him from here on. Now, this was your main event. Okay, now look, this match, it should have ended Lucha Underground, quite honestly. All right, but I understand exactly why why Lucha Underground bookers went the way that they did with the main event, which was Johnny Mundo taking on Big Rick, formerly known as Ezekiel Jackson. But Pentagon Jr. versus Fenix, I am telling you guys, as we speak right now, if you go over to Lucha Underground's YouTube channel, or the El Rey Network's YouTube channel, you can actually see Pentagon Jr. versus Fenix, the whole match. And I'm telling you, it's worth your way to go out and see. This was a freaking insane match. And I just couldn't help but be amazed at Fenix. I'm looking at this guy and I'm saying to myself, my God, why isn't this man in the WWE? But then at the same time, I'm also saying to myself, thank God this man isn't in the WWE. But I'm leaning more towards the question, why isn't this man in the WWE? Because WWE, they have like, what, a gazillion freaking scout agents that's going around trying to get fillers out, see what's got the community buzzing and all that good stuff. You know, they've been trying for many years now to look for their next Rey Mysterio. Didn't work out so well with Sin Cara. It hasn't quite worked out well with the Los Matadors. Didn't quite work out well with Alberto Del Rio to a certain extent. But looking at Phoenix, I'm saying to myself, my God, they've got their Rey Mysterio. This guy was doing some insane crap. Words can't really describe it. You got to go. You got to watch the match yourself. I think if Rey Mysterio was watching this and he was able to comment on it, I think he would definitely say that Phoenix kid has a bright career ahead of him if he can stay injury-free, stay healthy. I'm sure he definitely would give the nod to this young man, especially with the sick-ass finisher that had happened at the end of the match. Basically, it was a top turnbuckle high risk, and it was like a flip. It was almost like a modified rock bottom, but like it turned into a flip, and then it automatically went into a pin. It was one of those type of combinations. It was freaking insane. Definitely the match of the night. Phoenix, again, picking up the victory. I definitely want to take this time out to thank those of you that's checking out our Lucha Underground review. Hey, as always, we appreciate the great feedback from you guys. We definitely want to take the time out to thank you guys humbly for continuing to check out our Lucha Underground reviews. We see it's respectfully picking up a decent amount of buzz, and honestly, I'm hoping that with great shows like ours and other shows that come on here on the YouTube community, I hope that collectively we all can definitely be a key factor in getting that move going to motivate more people to go out of their way to check out the Lucha Underground promotion. Because I'm telling you, man, on those nights on Mondays where some shows seem kind of off, and then you got some shows that come on Wednesdays that seem a little off. Now they're literally off, as they won't be back till December. But it's nice to see Lucha Underground. It's very refreshing. Very refreshing. I know some people, they want to try to do the comparisons. I think Lucha Underground is really doing a good job of coming into its own as a promotion, finding its own identity. I think they've been really doing a good job at that. We saw a vignette hyping up the debut of a new wrestler by the name of King Cuerno, who would be making his debut. Now, some of you guys may be saying to yourself, Lee, that name doesn't sound familiar to me, brother. You need to hook me up. Who is this person? Can you give us a little bit of a background? Yes, I can give you a little bit of a background. Now, I apologize in advance to our Latin audience, our Latin fan base. I mean no disrespect to you guys, because I may be getting ready to pronounce this guy's name totally wrong. All right, but as far as the guy that I just named, King Cuerno, he is also known as El Hero del Fantasma, and he is a professional Mexican wrestler, mainly known for doing a lot of stuff down in the AAA promotion. All right, and I think that's all you really need right there. He's either 29, 30 years old, young man, made his debut back in 2000. And yeah, I mean, that's pretty much all I can tell you about him right now, except honorable mentions. He's also worked for the CMLL promotion. He's also worked for the AWC promotion. So definitely a newcomer right here. I am looking forward to learning more about him in the coming weeks. You know me, guys, as far as all forms of wrestling go, I have no problem consuming it all in, taking it in. If it's worth my time to check out, if everything's on point, I'll definitely give it the time and day. Now, we would see King Cuerno take on Drago, I hope that's his name, Drago. Hopefully I'm pronouncing that right. And pretty good matchup right there. Damn good matchup, I must say. You know, I got to be brutally honest. It wasn't as good as Pentagon Jr. taking on Fenix, but it was a decent match. I will definitely give it that. Nice, good back and forth. I was really feeling King Cuerno's in-ring gear. Like, we see him come out and he has a deer head on, all right? So just imagine, like, you went hunting and you shot a deer, you know, you cut it at the neck and then you go in there, clean out the insides, and he basically put it on like that. And then he took the back end of the deer, from the back end neck of the deer, and basically turned it into a nice long cape. It was pretty awesome. When I first looked at it, I said, wow, that's pretty freaking unique. And then I'm also kind of saying to myself, wow, we couldn't really see this type of thing happening maybe on the USA Network. There'd probably be a lot of animal rights activist programs, definitely the WWF. I'm not talking about the wrestling promotion either. They would probably be knocking at the door of the USA headquarters saying, why are you showing this on TV? You know, there's a video game that came out a long time ago. I can't think of the name of it right now. It'll come to me when I least expect it. But when I was watching King Cuerno, he reminded me of the character. His name was Zane. And the name of the video game is on the tip of my tongue. I wish I could remember. It'll come to me when I least expect it. Now that I've probably said that, though, somebody's probably knows what I'm talking about. And they're probably going to be like, Lee, are you talking about... No, not Primal Rage. It was a game that came out, I want to say it came out for the Super Nintendo. I want to say it came out for... I just remember the character was named Zane, or maybe it was Bane. It was either Zane or Bane, and he had like this he was a big, buffy looking dude, and he had this really cool battle axe type of weapon. I wish I could remember the game. Sorry, guys. But anyway, that's how his getup kind of reminded me of. He actually had lost to Drago. Meanwhile, Prince Puma, he was shown working out as Conan is once again trying to school him. He's telling him, hey, look, man, stay out of the Johnny Mundo Big Rick match that's coming up. It's got nothing to do with you. Keep your nose clean. Just worry about you, worry about your career. You hear me? And Puma kind of seemed a little bit reluctant to listen to Conan. He didn't say a word to him. He just kept working out. Main event match: Big Rick taking on Johnny Mundo. Remember what Johnny Mundo said to Don? I forgot my man's name already. Don Corio. Give me a while, folks. It's gonna take me a minute to get used to these names. But the owner of the Lucha Underground promotion, you know who I'm talking about. Yeah. I shouldn't have to remind you guys again. But we remember what happened last week, where he was talking to him and said, "Look, give me that match against Big Rick." And he was like, "Oh yeah, sure, no problem. You can have it." And afterwards, he said to him, "Well, just to let you know, after I'm done, I'm going to be coming after you next." So you can imagine that Don, who probably paid Big Rick very handsomely to make sure that Johnny Mundo gets put into a hospital, Don Cuarto, I knew that was the name. I had to jog my memory a little bit. He expects results. Decent match between Johnny Mundo and Big Rick. A little bit of a slow type of match. It mainly had consisted of Johnny Mundo selling a lot of Big Rick's moves. What really made the episode worthwhile towards the end of this match, backstage segment, we had saw Prince Puma get attacked by the new CNC factory, or as I like to call them, Castro and Cisco. They had attacked Puma, and then from there they went to the ring. They attacked Johnny Mundo. Referee had no choice but to throw the match out. Johnny Mundo winning by disqualification, but numbers game, man. Now that you've got Puma out of the equation, Big Rick, CNC, they did a serious beatdown on Johnny Mundo. It ended with Big Zeke giving him a nice, strong one-arm slam through a wooden table, and that pretty much had ended Lucha Underground this week. It was really heavy on the Lucha this week. I really enjoyed it. Very heavy on the wrestling. I was a little bit worried when we saw Sexy Star with a microphone, and then that would be followed up shortly afterwards by Pentagon Jr. It was, because he also had said a little something, and I'm thinking, okay, well, as long as they keep it short and brief, I don't really want to experience a whole night of promo talking. And Lucha Underground did a very good balance in that. I felt definitely have transitioned in a big way from the first two episodes. I will definitely give them that nod. Great show this week, though, without a doubt. Great show. Definitely pumped up for more Lucha Underground. How did you guys enjoy Lucha Underground? I would definitely love for you guys to post those comments down below. Let me know what you thought about the episode. You can also find me out on Twitter at the RCWR Show, or Facebook at Infinity One Productions. And once again, if it's your first time checking us out here, welcome. Really would love to have you subscribe to us. We're always posting some great content here on a weekly basis. Only on our YouTube channel can you catch exclusive reviews, great face-to-face interviews. You can catch some really great live web shows. I mean, you name it, man. We got a little bit of something for everybody. So hit the subscribe button. Check it out. Like I said, we got over 9,000 subscribers, over 5 million views. All that is counting as the numbers just continue to grow and grow more every day. If we can get 10,000 subscribers before the end of December, that would just be freaking badass. I will definitely go out of my way to do a unique and special thank you for helping us reach 10,000 subscribers video. Maybe we could put some nice little graphics in it and all that. We'll see what we can do with it. But yeah, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. I promise you won't be disappointed with our content. Still need that wrestling fix? Well, this Sunday night, November 23rd, you definitely want to make sure you join us for an all-new The RCWR Show live right here on YouTube. Join me and my broadcast partner, the evil genius of professional wrestling, wrestling manager extraordinaire Titus Machiavelli, as we will be talking about fallout from Sunday's WWE Survivor Series pay-per-view, where rumors are running rampant now that the icon Sting is finally going to be making his WWE debut, and it's going to be at Survivor Series. We'll cover the full fallout, get you all's reactions to that event. So make sure you join us November 23rd at 10:45 p.m. Eastern, or immediately after Survivor Series has concluded, right here on YouTube. And that is going to do it. We got great episodes for you all to check out. We have podcast episodes available, which you can access on Stitcher, iTunes, Spreaker, Stitcher, Tunein Radio. We are everywhere. Make sure you especially check us out on that iHeartRadio app. It's free. You can take it on the go. Very easy to play, save your episodes, add our station to your favorites, all that good stuff. And definitely go out of your way to leave us a rating and review on iTunes and or on Stitcher, as it really goes a long way in helping other people discover our great content that we do here on a weekly basis for you guys. In the meantime, that is going to do it until next go round. Please be safe and most importantly, be kind to one another. See you all next go round, everybody. Take care.